Okay, so no video for about 4 months, so now I'm trying to catch up. As you can see, there's quite a few things that I haven't done a video about, and in some cases I've not even used. I've been really backlogged with various bits, but point is, here's a new video, and I'll hopefully try and keep them more regular again. One of the problems is, you might be able to see in the corner, PlayStation VR, and I've been using that a lot. For those of you who haven't tried it, obviously it's not a retro device, but it is quite a different way of playing games now. The quality on them is nothing like watching a 1080p TV screen with modern games or anything like that, but it is so immersive, it's really addictive, and I totally recommend you give it a go if you've got the chance to try one out. They're really something new. I think, you know, 3D TV, that was a bit of a fad, that passed through, but this, I reckon, is going to pick up. And you might have seen the latest stats. The PlayStation VR has sold about 1 million units, and the Oculus Rift and HTC Vive, they've sold about, I don't know, about 700,000-800,000 between them, so it's really quite a popular one to get, and obviously it's a lot cheaper to get if you've already got a PlayStation. But yeah, amazing games on it, really worth a go. Anyway, retro stuff. There's a selection here. I'll quickly run through it all, and then maybe I could do a video in more detail on something that's that everyone's keen to see details of. And thanks as well to subscribers who've dropped me a message saying, hey, make more videos. So it's obviously something that I should try to get done a bit more often. So looking at the kit here, we've got Nintendo, the new remake, what do they call it, the Mini, the classic Mini. So it's basically a remodelling of the traditional 80s NES that was out and massively popular. These have flown off the shelves, and Nintendo said they're going to make more, so they're not going to be, if you're having trouble getting hold of one, you won't have trouble, they will bring out more. It's got 30 games built in, and a lot of people have said, hey, 30 games, that's rubbish compared to a Raspberry Pi that can get thousands upon thousands. Well, in some ways it is, but in other ways, it's obviously a great reproduction of the original system, you know, with the case. It's really detailed, it's obviously an official product, and it does what it does really well. Plus, it's got HDMI out, so you get half decent graphics on your modern TV. Could well be worth checking it out, because it's about 50 quid, it's not too bad. But the important thing is, obviously, as soon as this sort of thing comes out, it gets hacked to pieces, and there's all sorts of web pages about how to change the lockdown nature of it. So the latest one I've been reading is you can get RetroAD fully up and running on it. So that opens the door to not just more Nintendo games, but I guess plenty of other systems as well. So if you want to hack about with it and risk, you know, possibly damaging it, that's something that you could take a look at. If I open this one up, which I've opened about once to take a look at it about a couple of months ago. This is how bad I've been about getting around to using the kit. Hopefully you can see this okay. I'm assuming I've angled the camera okay. Hang on a minute. Let's have a look. Yeah, ish. So, get the manual. I'm sure it's got some useful details about plug in and play. Then we've got the device itself. See if I can unwrap this. Okay, so you've got the actual NES Mini. There we go. Couple of USBs at the front, power at the front there. Coming through okay? Yeah, probably. Reset button. Then at the back, you've got your HDMI out and power in, and I think that's it. And you know, you'd be a way to go. So it's a brilliant plug and play solution. I'll try and get some video of how it looks, but know that for flexibility, you're always probably going to be better off using a system that's more adaptable, like the Pi or another way of emulating it. But in terms of getting the actual look and feel of the original system, it'd be very hard to beat that officially produced product. And it's a really reasonable price, I'd say, 50 quid to get up those 30 classic games. Separately, there are some websites, and I'll put some links in the description, ways you can put your own ROMs on there separate to go in the RetroAD route, so you can just expand the ones that it's got on there. But if you don't want to muck about with it, it's still quite a worthwhile buy, I'd say. Yeah, I'll try and do a video on that at some point. If we move that out of the way, we've also got Okay, so there's the 8BitD / retrobit controller for the N64. Now 8BitD do a load of well-known controllers that typically look, well, they're all around based around the Nintendo system. But this one is as well, obviously, the N64. And this sort of thing is ideal for playing N64 games because of the bizarre button layout isn't really emulated very well on other controllers. So this could be quite a good purchase if you want to try N64 games. I haven't, and I imagine it would still maybe be a bit awkward using this with RetroArch because of the way that the emulated pad would map to different buttons. I could be wrong there, but I'm assuming it would still be a bit awkward. But separately, you've got more dedicated emulators like the, what's that, N64 Plus, whatever it is. The other one's bundled with RetroPie, for example, would expect the inputs for these, so they're probably mapped quite well. And it's Bluetooth, obviously, so you've got a nice wireless connection there. And you don't just have to use it with Pi. Obviously, here it's compatible with iOS, Android, Mac, Windows, Wii U. So they've obviously thought about the use of this and what it's going to help people do and play the N64 games a lot more easily with a proper controller. Now again, I haven't used this at all, which is pretty poor. I really need to get back into it, but it's certainly something that I want to give a go, and I could do a little guide about how to map that using RetroArch or the RetroPie system. So definitely check that one out. It's on Amazon, probably something like, I think it was about 20 quid, so not too bad at all. And hopefully they'll start doing some Sega-based controllers at some point. I don't know if it's a licensing issue, but I haven't seen any of those do that. Let's open this up because I haven't tried this. That's quite nice. Underneath you've got the little N64 layout box. If I open this up, come on. Only get the little controller ports at the front, and it should just drop down like this, but it's not doing it. Very secure, good to know it's safe in there. And it's been so long since I've done videos, I haven't even retested this, so I might be doing a 30-minute long video and there's no audio, but hopefully this will all work fine. Okay, I'm nearly getting the box off, hang on. Talk amongst yourselves, one sec. Well, at least you can fast forward on YouTube. I've got to sit here doing this. Come on. There we go, I'm in. Right. Okay, so here is the N64 controller by RetroBit and 8BitD. Just make sure that's sort of central. Pretty accurate representation of the original. As you can see, all the buttons in the right place. They've got a good feel to them, good click. You've got your power in the bottom there, micro USB, I guess, to USB. Yeah, to USB. The weird gizmos, they tend to give you a keyring. And away you go. I'm sure it'd be pretty straightforward to hook up to Bluetooth, so I'll be giving that a go. Okay. Right, it is a bit of a quick run through. That's a really good solid box, actually. Impressed with that one. It is a really quick run through all this because otherwise I'll be here forever. So next one. Now this looks boring, but it also looks very much like a kind of MVS based cartridge, which is the multi-video system Neo Geo, or the home version, the AES. Now the big recent news in the sort of Neo Geo world, if you like, is the flash carts. So you've got all the Crix flash carts for Game Boy, N64, Mega Drive, Super Nintendo, but no one's ever done a Neo Geo one yet until now. So this is an MVS cartridge for the Neo Geo. You can also get AES ones now. These are about in the region of 350 quid, something like that. Now, if I move that box out the way, left with some bubble wrap and some anti-static foil wrapper. We go in here. And there we go, one MVS cartridge by NeoSD. Now, there's a couple of groups at the moment out releasing this type of flash memory or flash cartridge for a Neo Geo, and the other group is Darksoft. So you'll see loads of posts about, oh, this is better, no, this is better, oh, you're rubbish, no, you're rubbisher. So, I mean, ignore that. The fact is, they both work. One's available now, which is this one. The other one isn't yet available, but it will be. So you've got options. And I think they're both doing MVS and an AES version. So they're fitting either, well, either way you want to deal with it, really. If you've got an AES at home, get the AES one. And if you've got MVS, go for this. And there's been lots of research and discussion and work to make it as compatible as possible. And the upshot is it works very well. Again, I've managed not to test this. And there's plenty of good videos, really detailed videos on YouTube about this as well, actually. There's some guy, I forgot his YouTube username now. I'll check it out and I'll put it in the description. But he's from up north somewhere and he's got really detailed technical knowledge of this. And it's really interesting seeing his breakdown of it, because he's got the model, well, not the model previous to this, but the version that came out a bit earlier than this without the molded case. And he's got the circuit boards, the two circuit boards there, and he runs through what they're doing. It's quite interesting. I'll check that out. On this, you've got, right, hang on, let me refresh my memory. Yeah, it should just be there. I guess that is on the side here is the micro SD card. You put the micro SD card in and you put all your games on. Now this doesn't run like the main set, so the zip files, it needs a slightly converted version. So you get the main zip file basically, you convert it and then it runs on this. And I think it converts it uncompressed, so you need a bit more space than usual, but it's still only something like 20 gig-ish, maybe, that sort of area. So, you know, a normal card would be fine. And you're up and running with a nice, it's got a UI as well. I should really get some footage of this, but it's got a nice user interface for navigating through all the ROMs and games you've got, so you can put your full set on this and be done with it. Now obviously for things like Neo Geo, the emphasis quite often is the authenticity and the collection of an original cartridge. So in many ways collectors wouldn't necessarily think, well, this is just emulation. Well, it kind of is, but in the same way that maybe Crix is flash carts or emulation, it is a cartridge, it's the actual ROM. It's not all software based, obviously there's hardware involved here. But yeah, it's not an original cartridge of each game, but it's an easy way to get great access to the whole set of system on original hardware. So it's a very popular device. Check it out. So NeoSD do AES and MVS versions now. Their support's been pretty good, and they're based in Spain. And yeah, I think it's going to make a big difference to a lot of Neo Geo collectors who can't afford some of the pricey games. You've probably seen in the Neo Geo world, some of the cartridges go for, I don't know, about 3,000–4,000 for a Metal Slug English version, and even more for some rarer carts. But even the cheap ones are a good couple of hundred in AES terms. Anyway, that's that. So that is the flash cart for the Neo Geo, which I'm really keen to try out, and I haven't yet. Okay. Next one. Now this one's a bit weird. I got this posted through. Now the delivery address that I use for some of my stuff has got the word Leslie in, and I've got a handwritten cartoon at the front here saying, I remember my first Leslie. Flippin' heck. He's doing fornication jokes now. So inappropriate and unprofessional. Still, I do recall first time I was levelly inserted it into a disk drive and given it, watch your mouth. So it's a bit odd, wasn't expecting that. So that's through the post. The postman might have read it, but I'm sure he was quite happy with it, whatever. Yeah, okay, got that through. This is from Super Fighter Team, who you might know in terms of the work they do on Mega Drive cartridges and I guess indie development, publishing, that sort of thing. The paper it's wrapped in is from San Diego, so I guess they're from San Diego. And this is just a back order of, there we go, Mega Prince. So that's a Mega Drive game that's been developed comparatively recently, and it's a re-release of their run of these games, and it's come, you know, nicely packaged, good quality cardboard box there. Got the game inside, Genesis Mega Drive, and you know, it's got decent reviews really, so I thought it'd be a good piece of collector kit to try out, put it on the Mega Drive, and I can capture on the Mega Drive, so I should do a video of what it's like. Here's some screenshots on the back. It's kind of, well, it is an RPG, I guess. So I'm just distracting myself reading the back of the cover, but there it is. You might be able to, I don't know if you can make that out, but that's Beggar Prince, which is quite a popular game from Super Fighter Team. Check their website out. They've got lots of details of other games they do there. But that on the Mega Drive, I want to try that out soon as well. So yeah, that's from Super Fighter Team. What have we got next? Here is a Raspberry Pi. This is nothing new. I need to do a lot more videos on RetroPie. It's had about 20,000 new versions since I've last made a video. It's getting better and better all the time. You might have read there's a bit of a discussion at the minute about somebody who's registered a trademark relating to RetroPie, and obviously a lot of people are very unhappy about that. So if there's anything that you can contribute to helping the RetroPie team sort of fight that trademark, do go on the website and see if there's anything you can help with, even if it's a donation. I'm sure it would be gratefully received, but hopefully that get resolved soon. But it's a fantastic, as you know, RetroPie is a fantastic piece of software, and it's continually being developed, and I hope to do videos on them soon. It's on one hand, it's a bit ridiculous. Raspberry Pi 3 can do 10 million different things, and 95% of the time I use it to play computer games, but maybe that's a good thing. Right, okay, next thing. Sinclair ZX Spectrum. Came out in about 82, something like that. The rubber key, 48K, and this is a replication of how that looks, except this is Bluetooth. So I was thinking one thing it immediately could be really good at, if I can Bluetooth that up to a Raspberry Pi running the emulator. And you can see my other video on ZX Spectrum emulation on RetroPie. Then I've got a perfect device to play the games with, rather than having to sort of map a joystick in some cases, or use a standard modern keyboard without sort of nice reference to these buttons. It would just be a perfect sort of companion to play those emulated games on. But that's not the goal of why this was produced. They've got plenty of other suggestions and ways to use this Bluetooth keyboard, because you can just use it as a Bluetooth keyboard with a PC, just Bluetooth it up. They've got iPad connections here. I don't know if you can make out the words there. Just check out their site. It is, if I can find it. Well, if you just Google the recreated Sinclair ZX Spectrum, because there's about 2 or 3 different approaches to this. Plus you've got all the whole Vega emulation, but I haven't been that impressed with that. Yeah, let's open this one up. Okay. So it should be straightforward to get. I mean, I've got an authentic 48K, and at first glance, this is spot on. I mean, it's so close, and the rubber feels good. It's good quality pressing. You can feel it go down appropriately. It's rubber. It feels the same. It's fantastic layout. No doubt if I got my genuine one next to it, you'd spot a few differences, but broadly, it's a great keyboard. You could easily type on that, although I imagine a lot of typing would fade these buttons a bit, like the original did, but yeah, that's something I need to try. So on the back, obviously this is going to be different. I've got on-off status, which is probably showing if it is connected or not. Pair, to pair it to whatever you're talking to. Layer AB, don't know. I'm sure it says in the manual. It's probably to do with whether you're using different operating systems. And power. What else have we got? That is all the inputs, which is all you need really for a Bluetooth. Must be battery under there. Warning, fit rechargeable batteries to avoid damaging device. Okay. Excuse me. Yeah, there you go. Space for your rechargeable batteries. Just get that back in. I'd love to do a video on this one. It's got lots of potential for lots of good uses. If I glance through some of the manual. Okay, so a load of keyboard shortcuts. Yeah, there's a user manual. App and web apps, so it's just telling you it's compatible with phone, tablet, Mac, PC, connected TV. Yeah, I think it's really high quality, good bit of kit there that can give you Bluetooth keyboard. So I'm looking forward to trying that. Okay, that's the recreated ZX Spectrum. That, my sofa's getting packed now. Okay. Next one. The RetroAD or RetroAD or RetroAD Compact Mega Drive. I saw this for sale on eBay and I thought it looked really good, sort of decent quality bit of kit that's recreated the look of the Mega Drive 2, I guess. But I thought, compared to something like, have you seen the AT Games Mega Drive emulator? It's pretty small, it's very tiny. I think itself it looks a bit like a cartridge. But the quality of those AT games for the Mega Drive one is just so poor, and the sound is pretty horrific, and the games they've chosen, there's a limited amount on them. It's like a self-contained one, a bit like that official Nintendo one we saw earlier, but much worse. I just don't like them at all. But this I thought would be quite good. I thought, on the off chance, given that nice type font there of the Mega Drive, you can see on the side there, I thought there was an off chance this might be some type of official, maybe Japanese release or something like that. But upon reading the back, I think it's a complete Chinese knockoff. So I don't know about the quality yet. Again, I still haven't got around to trying it, which is ridiculous, but there you go. But on the back, a few things that kind of make it sound like it might not be genuine is down here. Genesis and NES is a registered trademark of Nintendo of America. So it's probably not. All of the mentioned trademarks are either trademarks of or registered trademarks of their respective owners. This product is not endorsed, manufactured, product sponsored or licensed by Nintendo of America. Well, yeah, it's a Mega Drive, so they probably wouldn't. But I mean, that aside, the crazy Chineseness of it all, it could still be a really good device. And I'm sure I could find out if I tried it. So here is the device itself. So it's like little Mega Drive 2, and colour scheme looks good. 16-bit, obviously they're not re-emphasising the branding on this bit. At the top there it says high-grade multi-purpose use, and then below it says cartridge input. So you can put your original cartridges in and it will support the vast majority, not all of them, because maybe some of the cartridges had custom way of working, so it just won't work in there with some of them, but it will take the vast majority. On-off button here feels half decent when you use it, and your reset button. I mean, that does feel a bit cheap, but I imagine it will work, which is the point. On the back, bit disappointing, no HDMI, but you've got your audio left, right, and video out there, power here, and that says O/J. So maybe, if I check that out, it's probably maybe Japanese or NTSC and PAL maybe. Hang on. Manual. Comes with comes with two of these, so you've got a couple of joypads. I mean, that's not, well, obviously it's not like the original joysticks that come with it, but it's 6 buttons, so not bad. And you get, like I say, you get 2 of them, and this wasn't that expensive. I think it was something like maybe 60 quid, and it comes with all the cables. So you've got your video cables there, well, your video cable there, and your other controller there. Let's put that back. And you've got power in here as well. And the manual is non-existent. Either way, I'm sure it won't be difficult to find out what the slidey button does. Okay, so that was the Mega Drive, which I'm keen to try out. I'm not sure how I'll capture the video on that because there's no HDMI out, but I suppose I could get the phone and do it that way. Okay, here's a key ring. I don't know why I'm showing you that, but you know, it's a Mega Drive, it's a key ring, can't be bad. Similarly, I had this for a Secret Santa. It's quite fun. It's got a load of little retro games, your little platformers or shoot 'em ups. It works really well. I don't know what brand it is. It's Thumbs Up, made in China, and it works quite well. It's quite a good laugh. So you know, if you see those about, give that a go. Another one from 8-Bit Do that obviously bit dusty, haven't tried. Really want to though. Extremely portable controller, Bluetooth again. It's got 4 buttons, so similar to most of the sort of Nintendo builds that work with most of the games. Plenty of people have used that with RetroArch or RetroPie. It works well. I'm keen to try it because you still get people asking, I can't pair this with the Pi, or it's not working as I'd expect it to, it's not playing in the games, and I could do a little video on how to put that together. But yeah, I think it's a great little bit of portable kit there. Very tiny, and it's got the little, on the side, the bit for the keyring, so you could easily carry that around with you if you wanted to. Okay, so that was the 0. Then, yeah, again, you've heard of Pac-Man. There's a little tin case for it, and underneath it's got a little holder for sweets. They came in there, I didn't put them in there, but yeah, little Pac-Man sweets. Very nice. Okay. Ooh, a couple of games from Piko Interactive, who you've probably heard of. More Mega Drive games. Check out their website, they've got a lot of independent games published on there. And inside you get a nice authentic labelled case, Genesis on it, and a pre-printed manual. It's decent quality as well. So I'd like to try these games out. Hopefully you can see that okay. Yeah, Piko Interactive, they've got a good website with lots of different games on. Check that one out. That one's Smart Mouse. You can see on the back there, looks a bit Bomberman-y. Then you've got here, Clan of the Heroes, Generals of the Yang family, which is a bit more of a beat 'em up. But again, good quality build, and the cartridges themselves feel just like the originals. Made in the USA, there's their website at the bottom. Yeah, check out their details. Again, oh, I've bent the manual, but I'll straighten that out. Okay. With any of these things, if you want me to do a more detailed video, just let me know and I can see what's most popular, but at some point I'll try and get everything done. I'm just well behind. Last thing is from Tenerife. So, Spanish developed, and this is called an Armiga. So these are cables to power it, and I have actually tried this out a bit. Now, the product is still labelled as beta, it's still in development, but they're selling it, you know, with that sort of caveat. Armiga, as in ARM for the architecture, but it's an Amiga emulator. And it boot up into Workbench effectively, and it comes with a Workbench license as well. So it's all legal, or at least as far as I'm aware, it's a perfectly legal product. It's quite popular. There's another version of this as well that comes with a floppy disk drive attached, and that floppy disk drive lets you literally put Amiga floppy disks in, and it rips it, so it will get your, I guess, digital copy of your floppy disk on here to try. In a lot of ways, it looks like a Pi, but the layout's a bit different. You've got HDMI and power, 2 USBs, and it could do with more than 2 really, but there's 2 at the minute. Your SD card and a Cat5 connection. And in there you've got micro USB, I think, for something that I've forgotten, and a little switch. But yeah, check out their website, which is, we can see at the top as well, it's licensed from Amiga Forever. Ooh, maybe if you can make that out. You'll have to trust me, it says Amiga Forever. And yes, it's made in Spain, not for resale. It's got a serial number, Amiga Prototype Small Sized Edition. So that Amiga, it's about, I think, 80 euros-ish maybe. And I played a few games. It plays cannon fodder okay. And maybe the CPU maybe could be a little bit faster for some of the games, but it's great that you can just plug a mouse in and you're away. There's not really much configuration to do. It's geared to emulate an Amiga, and it does that very well. Like I say, it's still in beta, but they've got an active forum. You can ask some questions. It's got HDMI out. It just works quite well because that's what it's purposed to do. Obviously, you can use a Pi to emulate the Amiga as well, and it does it very well. But this, a bit more specific, plus they've got the actual different version where you can rip your own collection. So that's quite good as well. Again, needs a video. That's it. So that was a quick catch up, and I need to get back into doing more tutorial videos, or at least, if they're not tutorial, they're at least, hey, this is how it works and this is how I use it. There's plenty of stuff here that I could go through and run, not least the updates on RetroPie software. That is absolutely fantastic. So any comments, please leave it below, and I'll try and put all the relevant links into the video description as well, so you can check out these in more detail if you'd like. And as always, thanks very much for watching. If you did find it useful, I'm not sure this was massively useful, but do hit the thumbs up button. Thank you.